All right, so I'm gonna do the walkthrough here and kind of give you my thoughts of what things need to be cleared off. So for photos, the fewer things on the wall, the better. Some things are okay, but a lot of this stuff should be taken off the wall. And if you don't have time for that before tomorrow's photos, then it is what it is. But the fewer things on the wall, the better. So maybe the Apple clock and that lamp leave, and maybe a few other odds and ends, but ideally you want as much things off the wall as possible. Same thing with on top of counters and cabinets. Maybe leave the Pepsi radio up there, then everything else pack up. Once again, up here, the fewer things on the wall, the better. On this wall, I would say you could leave the cool key thing and the calendar and maybe the welcome, but everything else should be removed if possible. The fewer things on this, the better. I would say the popcorn machine would be kind of cool to leave up there. So the theory behind not having anything on top of cabinets and nothing on countertops, or very few things on countertops, is the potential buyer comes through and thinks, wow, there's not much storage room. That's why they have things on the counters. So we want to, whether or not it's true, we want to give the buyer the perception that there is a lot of room for storage. And the way you give that perception is by having very few things on the counters. So, I mean, I would say that spice rack would probably be okay. Well, heck, even put the spice rack away, leave the paper towel thing out. I love the backsplash, by the way, and the cabinets are gorgeous. You could leave the toaster oven out and the knife thing out, of course, but I'd put everything else underneath if you can. And you can leave the butcher block there, but take the stuff on top of it off. You could leave this, that's really cool. You can leave that there. And even that, like the two storage containers, the glass containers you can leave, but I put everything else away in storage. Backyard stuff is fine, but I mean, of course, tidy up. I would take off those that blue, it looks like rope light maybe. If you can, I'd put that somewhere else. Obviously clean up the toy gun and all that stuff. But other than that, the backyard is fine. So maybe tidying up some of the toys, but I know if kids living in the home, it's not easy to do. So if you don't want things on the fridge, I would say leave the butterflies because those are adorable. But the other things, you want to depersonalize the home as much as possible. So the kitchen's the first impression, and you want that to be the best. Of course, nothing on the table, but I know you know that, but you're not ready to take pictures today. So once again, nothing on the floor, and it goes back to the same storage idea. If they see things not in storage, they're going to assume there's not much storage room, and they're going to say, oh my gosh, we're going to put all our stuff. Once again, in here, the fewer the pictures, the better. But it'd probably be, if you had to leave some stuff up, this would probably be okay, because it shows the family you have, and some people like that. But once again, the fewer the things on the wall, the better. I think that's okay. I would get that plant, put the plant somewhere else if possible. And even this light's okay, because there's no light in this room, so that's fine. And once again, the fewer things on top of things, the better. Bedroom-wise, I would recommend putting the hats in storage somewhere. And if it's possible, I would remove this lamp and the lamp stand, just because you want the room to feel really, really big. Now, if this is your bedroom, if this is where you sleep at night, you gotta do what you gotta do. But once again, the fewer things on top of counters and dressers and cabinets, the better. That picture is awesome, so I'd leave that there. The picture to the left of TV, I would leave there if you want. TV is fine. That is fine. If there's a way to put this in storage somewhere, that'd be fine. And you could put stuff in, and once again, put this away, put this in storage. And I know that's not going to be there either, but for photos. So yeah, and the garage could be messy. The garage is not a deal breaker for people if it's got a ton of stuff. This is fine. I mean, because I know you're running out of room to put stuff in, so that's fine. So clear all this off if possible. And I think I mentioned this. You can put that in storage. That'd be awesome as well. So with this room, Honestly, I think as long as things are tidied up, that'd be okay. So I would try and, for photos, probably take that off the wall if at all possible. Can't even see what it is, but fewer things on the wall, the better. It's a kid's room, so if you could put some of this stuff away, that'd be perfect. You could leave like the Garfield and the dude behind Garfield and a parrot. Those things are cool. The DVD player and PlayStation's fine. But the things on the floor, it'd be ideal if they could be put somewhere else, if that's possible. And I would take that flag off the wall. Just maybe I'll leave up one, maybe leave the red one up and take that one down. Just, fewer things on the wall, the better. And the stuff in the corner, if that could go in a closet or something, which it probably cannot go in the closet. So it's just a thing. You want the room to feel bigger than it is. That's the ultimate goal. Same theory with the bathroom. The fewer things you have on top, the better. Once again, I know you got to live in the home, so it may not be possible, but the fewer things on top of cabinets and just out in general, the better, especially for photos. This is awesome. So this is fine because, people do live in the home. But you want first impressions of room to be really good. So when the people walk in, you want them to see wow, the wow factor. Closets are closets. It is what it is. All right, I'll head down to the basement. These pictures here are fine. I wouldn't worry too much about that. And then this exercise room, once again, it is what it is. And that's fine. I personally would maybe just tidy up a couple things in here. But all in all, I wouldn't change too much of what's in here because they'll see it as an extra bedroom. They'll see it as a workout room. And that's okay. This room has awesome toys in it. My daughter would love this room to death. So once again, I know it's not going to be possible to remove all these things. And that's fine. Because by the time they get down to the basement, they'll have probably 90% made up their decision on if they want to buy the home or not. So, but same rules apply. Fewer things out, the better. But this is clearly a playroom and a bedroom. So I would say it's fine leaving it here. It actually shows how big the room is. You got two, I think they're twins or full-size beds in here. That is awesome. Now, if there's a way to get this out of here, that would be ideal. But once again, I know you live here. Your grandkids live here. So there's only so much you can do. But for photos, at least, I would say take stuff off the top if possible. The lamp's fine. And because you want the rooms look as big as possible in the photos. And with this big guy in here, it's huge, so it kind of takes up a lot of room. But I know you can only do so much, so I fully understand that. Bathroom's nice. In here, maybe take the towels off of there and leave the butterflies up there because those are really cool. I wouldn't change too much in here because, once again, you got to live here. So I'd say the bathroom's fine. And once again, if there's a place to put those for photos, that'd be great. It's more important for photos to try and have everything looking really good. Like maybe minimize things in there for photos, put them into storage, move that for photos. I'd say for photos, remove the toilet paper dispenser and the toilet brush. Garbage can's okay. Then of course have that fully closed for photos. Down here, same rules apply. Fewer things on the wall, the better. I think this sectional shows how big this area is. So once again, you gotta live in the home still. So the sectional's fine. If there's a different place you could put that coffee table, like out in the garage, that'd be awesome. If that could go out in the garage, that would be awesome as well. It's fine having the office stuff down here, like for the computer, that's fine. And these are fine here as well. With some of the pictures on the wall, if there's a way to minimize some of that, that would be perfect as well. So, I mean, down here, if it's possible, have that go to the garage, that go to the garage, maybe even that cool radio underneath the window to the garage. Maybe take down a few photos. And once again, if it's possible to put those type of things in the garage, that's great. But if it's here, that's fine as well. Because I mean, people get an idea of how big this room is. Because the sectional is very large and you still got extra room. So that's kind of my walkthrough. Then out here in the garage, people know it's a one-car garage. So if you have this jam-packed with items, like from inside to make the home look bigger and less stuff in there, that'd be fine as well. Backyard, for photos, I'd say at least just clean up the toys, kind of tidy it up. I know with the fresh snow, the awesome landscaping is going to droop a little bit, you know, so that is what it is. But it's definitely a nice retreat, and I think people will see that. So maybe shake off some of the snow before photos tomorrow, if that's possible, and then clean up some of the toys and all that. Once again, I know people live here, so yeah, and that's kind of my walkthrough for you. Front yard looks amazing, so I wouldn't change anything in the front yard. That looks really cool. I love the American flag up there too. All right, so that's my walkthrough. I'll get this uploaded for you.